ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. But life is a vision, that's how it should be. The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, where all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Our dreams last forever, for all that we know. The roads come together, and that's where we'll go.
Good evening. Welcome to Kandit. I'm Johnny Rosario.
I'm Troy Torres.
It is October 28th, 2019. Thank you for joining us.
It's Monday, right?
Yes, it is.
Happy almost Monday is over.
All day, Cello.
Yeah.
All day.
I've been tired all day. I've just been tired. Anyway, we have good stories tonight, but before we start on those two main stories, there is our every night we're going to bring you Tumon 3688, right? Am I getting that right?
Mm-hmm.
Tumon 3688. This lady on the road in front of BP Carbolito Elementary in Barragata ran over a golden retriever that darted out. The owner was right behind it trying to catch the dog. And, you know, things happen, right? That could happen to anybody, which was already horrifying. But this lady didn't stop. Not only did she not stop, she was on her cell phone, which is, of course, illegal while you're driving, and she was laughing her butt off while all that was happening. Oh, by the way, we're not going to be cussing tonight because we're trying not to get into Facebook jail.
Yes.
Okay. We just got released. We are habitual offenders, or repeat offenders?
Repeat offenders, and there's no chance to bail us out.
Yeah. So there is also. Oh shoot. Oh, watch party. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. I need to like just grab something. Okay, hold on
Did you
one
need
sec.
your computer?
No, it's okay. I saved it in the photos here. So there was also this story about. Well, it's not a story as much as it was a tip. In Liwan Terrace behind the mall, that area behind the mall, a gray Toyota Hilux with license plate TL1890 ran over someone's cat and kept going. This person tried to stop them, but they just kept on driving. So that person is a douchebag. The driver of the gray Toyota Hilux with license plate TL1890. If you have any more stories like this, especially if you're able to send pictures or videos of these subjects or whatever, like I have a very soft spot for animals. Johnny's dog has very recently started jumping on her and demanding kisses, right? Do you let Knox kiss you?
No, I feel like he's bullying me.
That's love. He's giving you love.
No, because as the day goes on, I feel more. So the past 4 nights, me and Johnny girl, we sit outside the house, and I want him to come over because he's kind of rough, And when I start petting him, he like starts pushing himself into me and then trying to get on top of me, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna hurt me.
He just wants a kiss. That's all he wants.
I'm not kissing the dog, Troy.
I do it all the time. Okay, so gray Hilux, Toyota Hilux license plate TL1890. That's one truck. That truck ran over a cat. Now, in this day and age, it's hard to tell whether
there is a law the Congress has passed, correct?
the House has. I think we're waiting for Senate passage.
To make it a felony,
Yes,
right?
animal
And
abuse would be a felony.
A federal felony, not just local law, a federal felony.
Well, that's good, and hopefully, someone who is accused of animal abuse goes before the court of Judge Francis Tidinko Gaywood and not Michael Bordallo, because that's where all animal abuse cases go to die, along with the animal. Mm-hmm. And I want to say things about Judge Michael Bordallo, but I'll end up in Facebook jail. So there's that car. There's the gray Toyota Hilux. It's really hard these days to figure out whether the person who drove the car actually is the registered is on the registration or whatever, because there are so many like swapping things that happen. We don't need to mention any. I'm very proud of how that story came out. Or people stealing cars and stuff. So or like putting license plates. That there was on the magistrate's report today.
2 different license plates on the front and the back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't think someone would notice? Chronic? You didn't? No one's gonna notice? Oh, goodness me.
Well, on the way here, there was a pullover by that Chris Champion dude I saw.
Oh, who did she pull over?
It was a black Tahoe with rims lifted, and it was right at the bottom of the underpass.
Maybe it was her pimp.
Yeah, well, it was all open and everything being searched on. So black Tahoe, everybody with rims.
I really wanted to do some trash talking tonight, but Jacob Nakamura was like, no, because Facebook jail. And I'm like, you know what? This is beginning to suck.
We discussed this. We had a meeting about this today because we're only allowed to trash talk on Troy's page, okay?
So we might actually have a separate trash talk segment on my personal profile. I mean, it's public and everything, so, but I guess if you want a notification whenever that comes out, just follow my profile and you should get a notification on that. Anyway, so I don't have any. Do you have anything before our top stories?
I don't think so.
Let's get to our top stories then. Let's start. We have a segment by Miss Johnny Rosario.
I don't have my camera tonight, guys, or my teleprompter. So we bring you the latest in our series called Dan Tidinko Land Scam. Another look into horrible treatment of the children of the PD at the hands of Dan Tidinko and GTA. But as Kandit News reveals, Dan Tidinko may be facing more than just criticism of his actions.
Senator San Nicolas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I very much appreciated the testimony, Mr. Tedinko, that included the add-ons above and beyond just the lease payments. Getting the connectivity to PD Middle School and rebuilding the basketball court, I think, will be really good corporate gestures. I just wanted to ask, I know that we did not write that into the bill, that those are going to be requirements of the transaction. And so we're kind of, I guess, putting it into the hands of the mayor and the municipal planning council that they're going to handle that on the lease side. So just noting that for the record, that we're not putting that into the mandate. So you'll just have to make sure it's in the lease.
Okay, so this part across Marine Drive now, this is a basketball court currently. It's the one that was built by MEC, and but the items you said earlier, such as you're going to build another court or multi-purpose court someplace. Are those in writing anywhere?
What we're doing right now is we're getting the authorization from the legislature vis-a-vis this bill. And aside from just the fair market value lease, which is articulated here with the other terms and conditions, we already disclosed to the mayor, in addition to the rental payments that we would otherwise, that would be giving to the community, we would additionally move, of course, the basketball court, relocate it, reconstruct it, maintain it. They'll be all in the lease agreement once it's all finished between the Municipal Planning Council and GTA, and also with the imprimatur and review of the Attorney General's office. I'm sure he'll be the first one to tell you that we didn't live up to our agreement if that's the concern.
Well, I'm concerned about how they are able to enforce that type of an agreement, right? That it should be in writing. It should be part of the negotiations. I feel like the mayor should be free to actually negotiate much more than just the fair market value of this land. And
It appears that Dan Tidinko could now be in the hot seat with senators should they decide to pursue criminal actions for what appears to be his intent to mislead lawmakers during the December hearing. That could always be an option, as the legislature requires that anyone providing testimony swear under oath that the testimony is the truth. Violating that could lead to criminal charges should the legislature pursue the matter. Kandit News has reached out to Senator Therese Serlahi to find out her reaction on this story. We will bring you her reaction once she responds.
There's a section of the Guam Code in Title IX under the Crimes and Corrections Code regarding perjury during official proceedings, one of which would be a public hearing or an oversight hearing of the legislature. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 sections under Chapter 52, perjury and offense against the integrity of official proceedings. And then in the definitions, it would include a public hearing, right? Mm-hmm. And then it says, a person is guilty of perjury if, under oath in an official proceeding, he makes a false statement which is material and which he does not believe to be true. Whether a statement is material is a question of law. Perjury is a felony of the third degree. And so Dan Tydinko, I mean, I feel like we've been
beating on that dead horse.
Yeah, this guy's done a lot of illegal stuff, and it's just, I wonder why the Attorney General's office hasn't done anything about it. Or is it because his brother's friends worked there or something? You know, because his brother was the chief prosecutor there and an attorney there for a long time. Was he like a major contributor to the Attorney General? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
Does any of these illegal things that they're doing affect any federal money at all?
It is very affecting the people.
No, you didn't hear what I said.
Yes, it is.
Is any of the money that's being affected by Dan Tydinko and his cronies have anything to do with the federal government?
You're talking about in this particular case?
Yes. Any monies from the federal, like grants?
Like, do any of those agencies that are involved take federal funding?
Funds, yes.
I believe GITA does.
So that can be a federal crime.
Under that section 666, right?
Right.
The one where if you are an agency that receives $10,000
and you are
or more
involved
in any given year, and
right?
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
So we just have to we have to just nudge Attorney AG Leave-In Camacho. Not leave out Camacho, leave in Camacho. But we just need to write a letter, I think.
Well, I know the guy's busy, but
if you don't, he's busy with the off-island stuff. We need to start here on this island.
with Dan Tydinko and Mike Phillips, because they've been involved in way too many crimes for this to go unnoticed. And this is straight up perjury before an official proceeding of the government of Guam. There's an entire chapter in the Crimes and Corrections Code that speaks to these crimes. I mean, why is it that there are a billion magistrates' reports about all these, blue collar crimes, and you never ever see one about white collar crimes? And there are so many. So you know what that says to blue collar criminals is
they're below them.
Yeah, that there will never be any real justice for people in that world, because all of the crimes that people in the above world are committing they're just going to go scot-free.
All I can say, Chelo, don't give up, because welcome to Kandit News.
Well, at least Vice Speaker Talina Nelson is giving the white-collar criminals a run for their money. And so I guess with that, you know anything else on that?
No, that's it.
We'll go to my story. A series...
Joe, I'm sorry, but what about the Huntsman Family Investments?
So Kandit wrote to Huntsman Family Investments, which is the owner of GTA Teleguam Holdings.
They just bought out GTA, right?
Yeah. We wrote to them asking a series, more like a novel of questions, about GTA's business on this island and why the Huntsman Institute, which prides itself on its community outreach, it's helping in the communities that they're in, particularly families. I believe they're out of Utah, if I'm not mistaken. And so they pride themselves very much on these Christian values.
And giving back to the community.
Yes, exactly. And so we asked a bunch of questions about this whole land thing, because all the evidence is pointing to the fact that they do not care about the community of PD. They don't
it seems
care about
as
the
if
Small Land
GTA
Trust.
doesn't care about the community, and the person leading this effort is Dan Tydinko.
Well, in the email correspondence that are official between Dan Tydinko and PD Mayor Jesse Allig, and this is after the deal was sealed and the lease was given for the property across the PD Catholic Church. Mayor Jesse Allig, this is all in WhatsApp messages that Kandit was able to secure through a FOIA, and in emails between Dan Tydinko and Jesse Allig. Jesse Allig is asking, for the basketball court that you guys are going to build, can you guys, do this so there's better lighting for the kids?
And Dan Tydinko said no.
He just said no. Yeah. So they got what they needed to get out of the taxpayers of Guam and out of the community of PD.
And then now they don't give a shit about.
And
They don't give a shoots.
they don't give a shizoo about the people of Guam, the Tautanu.
Okay, erase. Reverse. Reverse. Oh, this is so hard.
This is really difficult. It's not cuss, okay? Sorry, Facebook police. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the Huntsman Institute. We sent them a bunch of questions about why they would support this kind of effort on Guam, and if they're really truly about the community, why are they doing this?
And you can also email the Huntsman, and it is at Ben at hfinvestments.com.
That sounds like a bigwig. Mm-hmm. BEN at what?
At hfinvestments.com.
Very cool. Thank you, Jacob.
Yes, Dan Tidinko seduced and abandoned the senators and the people of PD.
And we'll have more on the Dan Tidinko
and the
scam
emails
tomorrow.
and the WhatsApp messages, right?
We just got the PD mayor disclosed the documents that we asked for in the FOIA. A series of land transactions occurred between 2015 and 2019 that benefited 4 people and 1 trust, all tied to the Liberty Machine industry on island. The transactions involve Liberty Machine game room operators and owners Gil and Connie Jo Shinihara, John and Sheila Torres, and the trust at the late Pedro Dongo Pangilinan. These gambling lords are or have been principals in Guam Music Inc., which held the licenses for some 1,200 poker-style machines that were legalized in 2013 by a law authored by former Senator Chris Duenas. Interestingly, the person with the controlling interest in Guam Music Inc., Lauren Bromley, does not appear to have participated in this series of land transactions. The machines were relicensed by the Department of Revenue and Taxation in 2013 and began taking millions of dollars per year from the poorest and most at-risk residents since. The business is 100% cash-based. Game room owners collect cash from the machines on a daily schedule, leaving only enough for change and for predicted payouts. The nature of the business has been a point of contention even for lawmakers back in 2013, when senators were debating whether to legalize the licenses to these Liberty machines. DRT officials then told senators that it would be difficult to regulate and monitor whether the money going into the 1,200 machines would be reported as revenue, especially since the source of that money was drug proceeds to begin with. The monitoring of cash also would be difficult for an owner who did not live on Guam, even if she had controlling interest in the business. Such was the quandary for Ms. Bromley, who does not live on island. In 2016, however, Ms. Bromley paid her Guam company a visit following the opening of an investigation into the sudden deposit of $1 million into the company's Bank of Guam account. Mr. Pangilinan tried to deposit cash proceeds from the company, which flagged banking regulators and set off a federal investigation into Guam Music Inc. Ms. Bromley also wondered where this money came from and why it did not appear in the books she was seeing. So she dug. Then she found the land purchases. From 2015 forward, a series of purchases throughout Guam's villages ensued, most of which were purchased and sold by Mr. Pangilinan, Mr. Torres, and Ms. Torres. Mr. and Ms. Shinihara have some holdings and have conducted some land transactions through this period, but not nearly as many as the others. Mr. Shinihara spoke with Kandit by phone today, and he confirmed that proceeds from the gambling business were used to purchase properties. Let's hear that recording now. Hi, Mr. Shinihara.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. There are a bunch of land transactions between 2016 and 2019 under yours and your wife's name, and I'm wondering whether those transactions were made using unreported income from your Liberty Machine ownership.
Can you repeat yourself? Who is it?
My name is Troy Torres.
Hey, Troy, how are you?
Hi, Gil. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Condolences on your dad.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So,
your dad is actually my cousin.
yeah, I noticed your dad's name is Taurus, right? Middle name?
Yes, Taurus Shinahan.
We're familiar in Cotis.
Yeah, well, we're related. Some way, somehow. But,
Story of this island. There are a number of land transactions involving yourself and your wife between 2016 and 2019. And I'm wondering if any of those transactions were from the proceeds of Liberty Machines.
well, I pay myself a salary, so I don't know what transactions you're referring to.
Well, there's a series of them. They're in different villages, but they bear both yours and your wife's name. There's another Gil Shinahara, but I don't think it's you because it's under a different middle initial or something. I'm not sure. And if that's a family member, I didn't want to involve the family member in the questioning.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is there a reason for the number of transactions? It's just a real estate venture. What are the reasons for the transactions? There seem to be a bunch.
I do investments, right?
Okay.
It may be. I can't answer as to what you're talking about. I do a whole bunch of things. So I buy land.
Of course.
The question is, did all of these game room owners purchase properties using gambling proceeds that were reported as income or not? Land is an asset that generally does not lose value and is taxed at a much lower rate than other investments on Guam. Purchase and sale amounts also are non-disclosable outside the parties of the transactions. Income reported from supposed rentals or use of the properties also are difficult to track, especially with multiple tracts of land involved that change hands from year to year. Such is the case with property that has changed hands between the Tauruses and the company doing business as Guam Shipyard. About 10 lots in Santa Rita along Cross Island Road were purchased by Ms. Torres, then subdivided into over a score of lots that were then transferred to Guam Shipyard. What would a seaside dock operator need with acres of land in the middle of rolling hills in the dead center of Guam? More importantly, where is all the money from these game rooms that has gone unreported and untaxed? Kandit's coverage of the corruption involved in legalizing these gambling machines, despite 4 resounding rebukes of gambling by Guam voters, has led to the introduction of a bill by staunch anti-gambling Senator Talina Cruz Nelson, who is the Vice Speaker of the Guam Legislature. Ms. Nelson has been most vocal in defending the will of the people. She was highly critical of a law passed earlier this year that allowed gambling at the Liberation Carnival. A recent audit by Public Auditor Benjamin Cruz revealed that despite high volumes of patrons at the casino during the carnival, the casino operator paid hardly anything in fees and taxes, claiming that the business did not make money. The casino, just as the Liberty Game Rooms, was a cash-run operation prone to non-compliance and underreporting of revenue. Ms. Nelson's anti-gambling legislation, Bill number 226, introduced this morning, will make Liberty Machines, pachinko, and carnival casinos illegal 120 days after becoming law. Her measure is receiving mixed support from 2 of her colleagues. Senator Regine Bisco-Lee, who heads the legislature's Powerful Rules Committee, said, quote, "While I am still reviewing Bill 226-35, I support the measure in concept," unquote. Senator Jose Pito Terlahi has a different take. He says, quote, "I oppose any measure that would make the Liberation Carnival and Parade a taxpayer burden. I also would oppose legislation that tells reasonable adults how to spend the money they earn. If people don't like gambling, no law obligated them to do so," unquote. 3 more senators have weighed in on the effect these Liberty machines have had on Guam society, telling Kandit News they believe these gaming machines have had negative effects on society. These senators include James Moylan, who said he would support a measure that would make the devices illegal, Tina Munya Barnes, and Clint Rigel. Mr. Rigel supports the prospect of a gambling industry that is regulated, but does not support the way the current game room operators and owners operate their monopoly, which has led to grave social ills. Ms. Lee is expected to refer Ms. Nelson's bill to the committee with subject matter jurisdiction tomorrow. From there, that committee's chairman will determine if and when a public hearing will be scheduled for that bill. The outcome of public hearings normally determine whether the committee with jurisdiction of the bill will kill the legislation in the committee, mark up the bill with changes, substitute the bill, or report it to the floor of the legislature as is for full debate and consideration. The bill needs at least 8 votes in favor, considering if all 15 senators are present for the vote on the bill on that day, to pass and be sent to Governor Lou Leon Guerrero for her consideration. Ms. Leon Guerrero has stated she is against gambling, though her actions since running for governor have told a different story. She has taken thousands of dollars of gambling dollars to fund her campaign to office. Her family's bank, to which she recently was its chief executive officer, hosts the bank accounts for the gambling operations. Ms. Leon Guerrero also appointed one of the principals of the gambling business, Connie Jo Brennan Shinahara, to be the deputy seaport manager. Ms. Shinahara recently submitted her resignation to the governor amid the growing scandal. When news of the resignation letter leaked to the media, Ms. Shinahara retracted her letter despite Guam law prohibiting such action, and the governor's office denied access to a copy of the letter under the Freedom of Information Act. Sorry, I'm just grabbing some popcorn here.
Pito Terlahi,
Yes.
his last statement.
Uh-huh.
And he says, what was it? What was the last?
I knew that would get you. And Jesse, because it was something you guys were talking about last
Yes.
night.
He says,
if people don't like gambling, then no law obligated them to do so.
one more. It says,
I also would oppose legislation that tells reasonable adults how to spend the money.
reasonable adults. That's the kicker there. Because a lot of the people that do, 99% of the people, or maybe 90% of the people that enter that game room aren't reasonable adults.
Why is that?
Because they're addicted to meth. They're addicted to pills. They aren't in the right state of mind.
Yeah. I think that's something that Senator Nelson recognizes.
So that statement there doesn't, it's not like I don't know who was telling me, I think that was Jesse talking about the people in Vegas. The people in Vegas, when you live in Vegas, you don't gamble, right? They just go to work and they go home. The gambling industry in Vegas is for tourists that come in. But usually the people who do fall ill to the gambling of Vegas and live in Vegas is because they're on drugs.
And they become homeless in no time.
Right.
I've seen it in Vegas. It's
I have like
it's
4
pretty bad
friends
there.
that happened to.
Remember that the woman from Guam who had her husband killed?
Yes.
Payette. Was that a drug thing? Was there?
I don't know.
I mean, she looked like she was on drugs.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But so when I listened to the show, when I watched the show from last night, first of all, that was a great freaking show. First of all,
Thanks, Shalo.
it was
I wish you were here
wonderful.
with us.
I was here.
Well, you know.
I was snoring. I was wiped
on
out.
camera.
And I don't know why I'm not wiped. I am wiped out right now. I have no idea why I'm not sleeping because I'm super tired. But
Because
what?
I would stab you.
Oh. But when I watched that last night, there were so many takeaways because I'm not, like, I find gambling to be extremely boring. Thank God, because I have an addictive personality, I suppose.
Yeah.
And if I thought that gambling was fun, lustima, all the money's gone. So
But
I learned a lot.
You
It was
suffered from
intriguing.
that too, because the people in your home that you allowed in your home would not help with your bills. You are a victim of that.
Oh, were they game room people?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you did know.
Which one?
When they come home with excuses, all of them, Julius, every one of them, John, everyone that you allowed to live in
Jules
your.
liked the game room?
Oh my God, Julius!
I didn't even know that.
Number one. Oh my God, every one of them that came into your home.
I didn't even know Julius liked the game room.
Oh my God, Troy is very oblivious.
So, okay, I guess I was a victim of it too.
You were.
So I just found the entire conversation very educational, very intriguing, especially the part about just not having, being way more out of control of yourself than even with meth. Like your desire to continue the gambling, it outweighs your desire for meth, but they also go hand in hand.
Right.
It was just a very. If you guys have a chance after you watch this show, or maybe tomorrow morning, if you're too tired right now, you got to watch last night's show. It's on my personal profile.
Troy's page, yes.
It's on my personal profile because we just got out of Kandit jail today at 2:42 p.m.
There's a lot more that's going to come out on the Dan Torgun, Tidinko land scam and GTA and Gita, as well as CLTC. All the parties involved in getting this contract away from the people of PD, the children of PD. We found, PD was packed today at the Santos Park that doesn't have amenities, according to the PD mayor. Okay, it was packed this weekend.
That place looks nice,
with the
actually.
party. Yeah, there's people who use that place to have birthday parties for their children, and when he wrote a letter to the legislature or to Gita asking for control to RTI, right? He wrote a letter saying that it doesn't have the amenities as a park. It needs to be a park, and it needs to go under a private company in order for them to build the park. There's a park. There was a big party this weekend.
Yeah, there's a concrete restroom.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful pavilion that looks like the one at Ipao Beach.
So even the PD mayor needs to be careful what he signs under oath, and because this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And if this is not a big deal, people, I think you should wake up and think and check it out, because it's a big deal. This is how it all, corporate greed and all of this starts. No land for your children, nothing.
Meanwhile, RTI, GTA have an application before the Federal Communications Commission. If you don't think it's a big deal, it involves the FCC. It's a huge deal. It's a multi-billion-dollar
asking for
undersea
passports,
optic fiber cable,
buying
whatever.
plane tickets for somebody.
Oh.
There is a lot, guys.
More on that.
Yes.
To come in Kandit.
Gifts, probably. I think there was gifts given. Backdoor deals, side deals. What was the word that was used? We will talk about this side deal later.
Yeah. They're like Ariana Grande.
Yeah. So there's a lot more to this land scam that we uncovered. Thank you to the FOIA. What?
I screwed up the end, didn't I?
Why?
This part.
No, that could be that's the end.
Okay.
End.
Can we? Are there comments? Can we read comments?
Sure. It's on your. Oh no,
Oh.
it's on here. Oh my God! I just got yelled at.
Why?
I think Jacob just. I didn't say that.
Oh yeah, Jacob, we didn't say that word. Well, let's go to comments. My fave. Which one? On the laptop? Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can
So that
open
we
it.
can cast it.
Hold on, Prim. Don't go there yet.
Let me see if I have any comments on this one.
I did. I said that.
Oh, maybe. Buenas, Bibagwan. Hi, everyone on my watch party. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Jackie Berry. I haven't heard from you in a long, long time.
We have 10. Oh, never mind. I'm not supposed to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Comments. Oh, 86 comments.
We're trying to be very careful about this Facebook blah, blah, blah.
There.
Okay, we're on the... You can cast it onto the screen, Shelly.
We're on the comments. Here you go.
No, I have to open the door for comments. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Joe and Tina Rios Camacho. D game rooms down. We don't need them. All it is doing is ruining families and lives. Buy property to wash the money. That's how they roll. Yes, James. Richard Leon says ICIJ needs to be involved in this case.
Who's ICIJ?
What is ICIJ? I don't know. Hi, Doreen. Buenas from the 805. Where's 805?
My name's California. It's Carl.
What's up, Mike Rosansky? Ali? I really, really hope the FBI is watching these white-collar criminals are just rubbing in our faces. The casino that made much money, they made more than what they reported. Yes, and BJ Cruz figured that out. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we figured it out too. Mm-hmm. You never hear Biscuit Lee and Pito ever refer to what the judiciary, the third branch for legal advice, according to Richard Leon. Troy, do you have a video on a game room? Show the island what goes on in there.
Oh, we did one on the game room inside the fun fair at Micronesia Mall. Carl says gambling is a major addiction.
It is.
Mike Rosansky,
and as of today, Guam does not have counselors or people you could talk to regarding that addiction.
We may be speaking to the Director of Behavioral Health tomorrow regarding this.
Irene Alcantara says, I loved last night's show. Thanks,
too.
Irene. Mike Rosansky says he's also addicted to smoking weed.
But he says that's not addiction, that's a medicine.
Yes. If you, James Howard says, if you from PD tell everyone get pissed, you guys got screwed over. We all got screwed over.
Yeah, you're
yes.
Right. You're absolutely right. Since 2016.
I believe you can write to Therese. No, not Therese. Who's the senator that's in? That was Tom Atta.
It's Therese Terlahi's committee now.
Okay, I think you can write to Therese Terlahi by email and let her know how you feel about this whole land issue.
Hi, Barry Flores. Hi, cousin Shell.
Hi, Shell.
Hi, John. Hi, Titania.
Okay, that's it.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. But before we go, we ask that you please email or call Vice Speaker Talina Nelson and give her all your support. Her office number is 989-7696. Her email address is, well, once again, her office number is 989-7696. Her email address is Senator T.C. Nelson at GuamLegislature.org. We need to join together and give her our voices as she takes on the gambling media, the gambling mafia of Guam. Thank you very much for being with us this evening for Kandit News. I'm Troy Torres.
And I'm Johnny Rosario. Good night, Guam.